I very seldom see him go to match.
Vertical suplex.
I don't know. Oh my word!
Both men now back up. Oh, the boss man.
Great block there by Hulk Hogan. Bossy, able to.
Oh my goodness! For that chain in his hand. He decked in the shoulder. And the Hulkster.
In 1989, the wrestling world held its breath as Hulk Hogan stood atop a steel cage, face to face with the towering Big Boss Man. In one of the most iconic moments in WWE history, Hogan hoisted Boss Man up and delivered a devastating superplex off the top of the cage. The crowd erupted in disbelief, and the image of two massive bodies crashing down into the ring became a symbol of what the cage could bring to wrestling: danger, drama, and raw power. That breathtaking moment could only have happened because of the cage. The cage wasn't just a backdrop, it was a game changer, amplifying the stakes and transforming the match into something extraordinary. In this video, we'll dive into the world of cage matches and see how these metal enclosures symbolize the rage and unrelenting nature of wrestling. From bloodstained fights to career-defining moments, we'll explore how cages offer more than just a battleground. They represent a perspective on winning, both in the ring and in life itself. The history of using cages in fights takes us back decades, to an era when wrestling was still evolving into the spectacle it is today. Wrestlers like Count Petro Rossi were known for their brawling styles, constantly escaping holds by slipping out of the ring. Slipping out of the ring was a clever way for Rossi to escape holds and create an opportunity to counterattack or regroup. This tactic allowed him to control the pace of the match and catch his opponents off guard. Promoters in Georgia grew tired of this, so they devised a plan to keep the fighters in. They enclosed them in, forcing the action to stay in the ring. The first time it was used was in a fight between Petro Rossi himself and Bloomfield. The Atlanta Constitution hyped up their match made in mesh across in the days leading up to the fight. It all went down at the West End Arena just off Park Street in Atlanta, and it was a wrestling curiosity that brought fans out in their droves. To ensure no rope breaks took place, the 5-foot-high chicken wire structure was placed inside the ring, leaving only about a third of the canvas for Bloomfield and Rossi to compete in. From here, the battle behind bars became a speciality in Atlanta, used to light up otherwise slow ticket sales, pay off a rivalry in a grand fashion, or sometimes both. When Count Rossi retired and became the promoter, he would sometimes will out the wire, using it memorably in 1955 to settle a blood feud between Eddie Morales and Champ Thomas. From its humble origins, the steel cage match grew in stature, evolving from crude chicken wire into solid steel structures that allowed no quarter. By the 1950s, the matches became a staple in territories across North America, with each promotion adding its own twist. The cage became more than a boundary, it became a weapon and a display of rage. One of the earliest known cage fights in WWE was between Hulk Hogan and Big Boss Man on May 27, 1989. This match is remembered for its intensity and sheer spectacle, as it pitted two larger-than-life characters against each other in the unforgiving structure of the steel cage. The story leading up to the match centered on the rivalry between Hulk Hogan, the beloved face of WWE, and Big Boss Man, the law enforcement-themed powerhouse managed by Slick.
Last time I was here, the only mistake I made was bringing a pair of cuffs just not quite big enough to handle the job. But this time, I'm bringing an extra special pair. Strong enough, big enough to hold you, boy. And after I beat you down like a dog, I want to teach you a little lesson about respect and about the American way, boy. Tell them, Slick.
You know, Hulk Hogan, you should be glad. You should be glad, brother, that you have the money you have, because we both know, this man knows, and I know, that you should have been disqualified, but you paid the referee off, and that's all right. It won't matter this time. No amount of money or anything else can save you from the Big Boss Man's wrath.
The cage was introduced as a way to settle their heated feud once and for all, as it prevented any outside interference and forced the two competitors to fight it out until the bitter end. It was a heated fight, and both fighters expressed a fair share of their rage on the opponent in this cage. However, Hulk Hogan won based on an interesting twist of events that allowed him to chain Bossman to the ropes with the handcuffs Bossman himself brought.
Top rope now.
Hogan.
And now look, Hogan's got those handcuffs. And he's got
And Hogan desperately trying to get down there. And he's
Beating him fair and square by getting out of the cage first.
Well,
we
winner
have
of
no
this
bell
bout,
ring.
Hulk Hogan.
In recent times, the cage has continued to be one of the highest displays of rage that fans all over the world are delighted with. In a thrilling cage match, Drew McIntyre faced off against Sami Zayn in a battle of resilience and power. Sami Zayn is a highly skilled and resilient WWE superstar known for his agility, determination, and ability to withstand intense punishment in the ring. Despite often being portrayed as an underdog, Zayn consistently demonstrates his technical prowess and tenacity, making him a fan favorite. He had even defeated Roman Reigns before. His charisma and willingness to take risks have earned him several memorable moments in WWE history, making him a standout performer.
The moment Montreal is waiting for. Mocking Roman. Not a wise move. Superman punch to Reigns. Do you believe in miracles?
But the fight with Drew McIntyre was a different story for Zayn. He was about to escape the cage, but as he was about to taste the sweetness of victory, McIntyre dragged him by the head and threw him down.
What is Drew McIntyre
No way! Superplex!
But that is the beauty of the cage. Just when you think you're winning, it releases its rage on you and sends you back to square one. However, the cage is not always a monster. Sometimes, it has helped fighters win in unexpected ways. When Stone Cold fought against Vince McMahon, the intensity of the match reached its peak when McMahon, in a desperate move, threw Stone Cold into the steel cage. But instead of the cage trapping Austin, fate took a wild turn. As Stone Cold was hurled toward the side of the cage, the impact caused the cage door to unexpectedly swing open. And just like that, what looked like a dangerous fall became a victory. Undertaker, the wrestling legend, is one of those who has mastered the art of using the cage to its fullest in dealing with his opponents. Known for his eerie presence and unstoppable force, The Undertaker's most infamous battles inside the Hell in a Cell structure became defining moments in WWE history. His match against Mankind at King of the Ring 1998 remains one of the most brutal and shocking events in wrestling. Before the match, Mankind was a formidable opponent because of his incredible resilience and willingness to endure extreme punishment. Known for his unpredictable, chaotic fighting style, Mankind thrived in matches that pushed the limits of physical endurance. His fearlessness and ability to withstand brutal attacks made him a dangerous and relentless competitor. The Hell in a Cell fight was an extreme display of violence and endurance, with Undertaker famously throwing Mankind off the top of the cell and later sending him crashing through it. The cage, rather than being just a backdrop, became a weapon for Undertaker's wrath, intensifying the horror and brutality of the match. It was the unforgiving nature of the cage that allowed The Undertaker to reach this peak of brutality, making the match one of the most unforgettable moments in wrestling history.
Are approximately 15 to 16 feet high, and this has a roof on it. I'm told that this structure is over 1 ton in total weight, and has been reinforced at every possible place that, there could be any kind of malfunction. And so what I'm saying is that once you get in there is nowhere to go, nowhere to run when that door is shut and padlocked.
Ordinarily, guys that are in cells like this are making license plates or waiting for the parole board to meet. But tonight, you have forced Shawn Michaels inside this cell to face hell.
Another fighter who has leveraged the rage that comes from the cage is Shawn Michaels. Shawn was known for his unmatched athleticism and daring risk-taking inside the ring. He turned the cage into an extension of his craft, using it creatively as both a weapon and a platform for his signature high-flying maneuvers. Michaels combined his technical prowess with a never-quit attitude, making every match a spectacle. One of the most iconic moments in his career came in 1997 during the first ever Hell in a Cell match against The Undertaker. Despite being on the receiving end of a brutal assault, Michaels' resilience and cleverness helped him pull off an unexpected victory. The cage not only showcased his durability but also cemented his legacy as one of wrestling's all-time greats. But it might surprise you to realize that most of these fighters who display rage in the cage are actually pleasant people. From The Undertaker, to Hulk Hogan, to Mankind, Shawn Michaels, and most WWE fighters, they're far from the characters they portray in the ring. Natural human psychology already tells us that when money is on the line, people will push boundaries, as long as it's legal. So, when you consider how much WWE and these fighters have made, it becomes clear why they step into the cage with so much intensity. The use of cages in WWE has brought an extra layer of excitement, making fans willing to pay more to watch these fights. WWE has capitalized on this, with estimates suggesting that live events featuring cage matches can generate upwards of $2 million in ticket sales alone. Pay-per-view events, such as Hell in a Cell *, can draw in over 200,000 buys, translating to about $10 million in revenue from just one event. This doesn't even factor in merchandise sales, which can soar to millions during high-stakes matches. Cage matches have become some of the most profitable shows, as the drama and brutality they add attract a larger audience. The combination of skill, rage, and the unpredictable nature of the cage keeps fans coming back, ready to pay top dollar for that unmatched adrenaline rush. WWE's strategic use of the rage that comes from cages has helped them rake in hundreds of millions annually. Now, onto an important section. Do you know your sports? Who was involved in one of the earliest known cage fights in WWE? How much revenue can a WWE pay-per-view event featuring a cage? Which wrestler is known for using the cage to its fullest in dealing with opponents? What was a significant highlight of the Drew McIntyre vs. Sami Zayn cage match? What has been one of the main financial benefits of using cages in WWE matches? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more boxing deep dives.
Last night I failed. And in the moment of failure, and the atmosphere and the finality of it all and the audience, I was immediately rushed into a room and thrown in front of a microphone, and I felt demoralized. Trust me, I know where I'm at, and I've said it before. A person's character is not judged when they ride the wave of success, when everyone chants their name and you want to be their friend. No, your character is put to the test when your back is against the wall. And for me, that time is now. I spent 5 minutes last night, feeling sorry for myself, and then right after that, I began to move forward. My last words last night were, I will figure it out. It is your fault, and you go through failure alone, but failure has made me who I am today. Failure gives you two choices. You stay down or you get up. Well, I'm up, and I am fired up because I have figured it out. Now you all understand the disappointment of failure. And I can stay down or I can get my ass up, and I'm in the getting up business. You say I got no love for this place. You say I left it high and dry. You say I got no passion. I destroyed my shoulder. They said I'd be out for a year. I was back in 4 months. That's passion.